I was listening to Taylor Swift on the way over here for the first time. I've never listened to Taylor Swift in my life.
Ever?
Well, like on the radio, but not. I've never like listened to one of her albums.
Oh, you mean like you consciously like?
Well, I pull up Apple fucking Music and it's like day
Okay,
2
you
of
get
Taylor
all mad
Swift
about
Day.
it, dang.
Well, I'm expecting. I want to see some like new albums and shit. And they got Taylor. Yeah, they got Taylor Swift up there, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So it was between her and Nipsey Hussle.
And you don't like Taylor Swift?
I was like, well, you know what? Let me see what the fuck this Taylor Swift shit is about. And Kanye was right. Kanye was absolutely right in what the fuck he did.
My God.
What's up, guys? Welcome back in with your boys. It's time to speak the fuck up. We're glad that you're here with us. A week hiatus. We had to go away for a week to give y'all some more content. Every now and then we got to split up, go take some vacations like Pete did. But we're glad to be back here with you. Hey, if you're here, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Keep supporting us. We absolutely love it 100%. You hear what you got, Joe, my man Pete, and my man Griffin. Of course, we have the guest of the evening, the lady of the hour, Val, and Val is very near and dear to sweet meat Pete's heart. This is his beautiful fiance. She's joining us today. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. So you may, it may get personal here, and Pete might get roasted a couple times, which I'm all for.
I'm pretty sure I will.
Since y'all are always trying to fry my ass. Now I got somebody on y'all. I get a break. Somebody on y'all.
We barely heard Peter talk this week. What happened to him?
Yeah, Val finna get him. Get him. What's up, guys? How y'all been?
We're good. We're good. We
Good.
just got back from Colorado.
How was that?
It was cold, but it was nice. It was really pretty.
Y'all went skiing?
Snowboarding.
Snowboard. Oh,
We
excuse me.
don't ski.
We don't ski. We
Snowboarding is more
right,
lethal, bro.
How was it though? Are you good? Did you fall?
Did I fall?
Yeah.
Oh,
I cut in front of him and like he hit his head and he was like.
Hit his head what, on the ground?
yeah.
Yo, Pete came to
But
work
he's been
out
doing
yesterday.
this for like 10 years. It was my 4th time.
Oh, so you're a vet at snowboarding.
I don't know.
Not if you falling. That's good.
Yo, Pete came to work out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to do some of the stuff. He's like, yo, dude, like my neck is just tight.
Oh shit. So you
like,
you're hurt.
I think I got a concussion. I'm like, oh, you might want to go see somebody.
He over there working out with a concussion. That's no good. But did y'all have fun in Colorado?
Oh, yeah, we
did.
had a
Yeah.
blast.
We did.
What all did y'all do? Who'd y'all go with? Was it just you two?
It was just me, my 2 cousins, one of my best friends, and then Caden,
Yeah.
my son. Yeah, it was only 6 of us.
That's a nice
I mean, all of DFW was there, but I mean, in
Yeah,
my
there was, like,
house,
Seriously, a lot of people from
Yeah.
Dallas?
Yeah.
in my house, it was just only 6 of us.
Wow, all the people from Coronaville going to somewhere else to get together on the side of a mountain and fuck up another state's numbers. That's great. That's beautiful. Griff, how you been, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on with you?
Busy, man.
Busy? Yeah, that's
ripping,
true.
Running, trying to keep the business afloat.
Yeah.
Doing what I got to do. Hustling, man. Hustling. That's what I do.
That is what you do every day.
Yeah.
Anything new going on in your world?
Got a dog.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Did I
Onyx?
adopted a dog? Onyx.
Beautiful.
Okay,
dog.
yeah.
American Bulldog.
What made you want to adopt a dog? You adopted him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a rescue. Always wanted one. And certain circumstances led me to, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. And I did it. Best decision I made in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's he adapting?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
He's actually like chill like I am. So like if we're not out and about,
Is
like
he already trained?
a little bit. He was crate trained, thank God.
Oh, that's good.
And he's responding very well to learning his name and like sit, come, and all that stuff. And,
Yeah.
not going out the door before I do, stuff like that, like paying attention to me when we go on walks, So he's adapting pretty good. He's a smart freaking dog, man. Surprised me, like, how quick he learned, especially when there's a tree. If a tree's involved,
He was pulling more weight than most men yesterday.
Wait, what?
Yo.
You got him a weight vest?
So I got, the dog harness or whatever, and, just doing some exercise and stuff because he's a muscular dog, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to see if I can get him a little bit beefier, right?
Yeah.
So I hooked up a 10-pound weight to him. He pulled that with no problem. Put a 25-pound weight to him, no problem. I was like, I wonder how he'll do with this 45.
Oh my God.
No problem.
None.
Just-
I walked in. And he
Dog,
said,
strong as hell.
Strong as hell, dude.
Beefy ass
Like,
dog.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool, though. It's so cool to have him, though, man.
That's dope, man. I think if I ever got a dog of my own, it would probably be like a tiny one. So like I'd be at like the park walking,
Oh
and
my
the girls would
God.
be like, "Oh hey," and they'd be like, "Oh,"
with his
and they'd be like,
umbrella
and they'd be like,
drink.
"What's his
Umbrella
name?"
drink.
with his umbrella drink.
Yeah,
Urban
and they'd be like,
ascot,
what's her name?
tiny
And
dog.
I'd be like, "Oh, her name's Starbucks." And they're like, "Oh my God, her name's Starbucks." box? I'd be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I think that would be legit. That would
A big ass dude walking in the park watching his son play, you know.
yeah, with my dog. Yeah, with my little drink. You know what I'm saying?
Pomeranian or Chihuahua.
Pomeranian named Starbucks. That's the shit right there. What's up, gents? What we got going?
Oh my
What we going on for this week? What we got going on for the rest of this week, man?
Are you okay? How was your week? You came
Yeah,
in.
for
You
real.
drove into you came into the parking lot.
That was for dramatic
Came in
effect,
hot,
baby.
boy.
No, it was cool, man. I had a good weekend. Went out with a couple of coworkers. Said what's up to them. Was around some people from the studio. That was cool. That was real cool seeing everybody out in that element. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't too. I can't say it was too eventful, but I had a lot of fun with them. Seeing everybody outside of the professional arena,
Right.
Yeah.
and more so relaxed in a social setting. So that was a lot of fun. I'm still not hip to like people in Dallas bringing like their dogs to like restaurants and bars and shit. So I'm like, oh, like this is just it's different, you know. No judgment or anything like that. But it's just strange seeing dogs at like restaurants around your food and all the shit like that. I don't know.
I mean, go get your Pomeranian and
Join them.
I wouldn't need.
sitting right
I wouldn't be able to eat. I'd be like too many girls would be around me, and I'd just be like, oh,
Oh.
hey, I gotta back up. Hey, back up. Miss Starbucks needs some
can we
space.
pet your dog?
Me and Starbucks.
Did you say which one? All right, Val, what's going on with you? How are you doing?
I'm good. We just got our first round of vaccinations today for COVID.
How are you doing? Wait, when did you get them today?
Yeah, we got them today around 1, 2 o'clock.
30.
Both of you?
Yeah.
How do y'all feel?
Good. I mean, it does. If you've gotten the flu shot, it doesn't hurt.
I don't
as
get the
bad
flu
at
shot.
Well, you should.
Well, I never get it, and I never get sick.
I'm with you on that one, Joe.
I don't. But keep going. We'll get into that.
No, I mean, I never did too. But I mean, it's required in the hospital. But
Right.
we got it. It was where our hospital was like one of the first one of the 4 in Texas that got it. So thankfully, we were able to get it. It's elective, but.
Oh, really? So you can choose?
Yeah, we can choose. It's not mandatory for staff or anything like that, but we just decided we have the opportunity. Why not share experiences with other people?
P, how do you feel about it?
I thought it was gonna be mandatory.
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Man, I'm hurting more from Griff's workout yesterday than a shot.
Yes.
He got in the car and he was like, "Oh, my shoulder," and I'm like,
From the shot?
"Mine doesn't hurt." And he goes, "No, it's from Griff." And I was like, "Oh, well then, you can go complain to
I was
him.
hurting.
Go complain to him, not me."
All right, tell the people more about this COVID vaccination because I can speak from just from my standpoint only. I'm iffy about it. Like
Yes.
I never get the flu shot. I don't do anything like that. And like now you whip up a batch of something and what?
Well, that was our thing at first. It's like, how effective is it if you created it in 8-9 months?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we have the opportunity to go get it. I mean, we take shots from God knows where. So off random bars and people that just buy us stuff. So it's like, well, why not? His aunt actually did a trial. She was part of the Pfizer trial, and she wrote out a whole article.
Yeah,
I
she's a
mean-
rheumatologist.
What the fuck, Pete? Why didn't you tell us that? Why are you holding on to that
Yeah.
information?
Oh,
So I mean, she experienced mild symptoms. So
She
this is my take on it. Like, we had this conversation. I'll be honest, I was one of those few that was like, hell no, I ain't doing this first batch.
No,
like,
absolutely
and don't
not.
ever get the first batch, talking all that noise. And then you think about it, and I didn't realize that my aunt, who's a rheumatologist, and she's, really distinguished in what she does. She's written published articles, travels to do, speeches and symposiums and whatnot. So she wrote, her experience and what her expectations were and how it came about and which groups were actually a part of creating the vaccine, and how Pfizer worked. And I got to thinking about it, and I got to looking into it, and I was talking more with Val as well. And I had a couple conversations with my aunt who did it, and I asked her, and I mean, she blatantly just said, look, you can either get the vaccine or risk the potential of catching the disease. Like, how would you want to take it? And she's like, do you trust science or do you believe in science? And I was like, I do. She goes, are you in the medical field? And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, do you work with COVID patients? And I'm like, I do. She goes, so why wouldn't you take that small risk of, because any vaccine is going to have potential side effects, right? There's a small percentage. But the small percentage of catching that particular side effect versus catching the actual disease and not knowing how your body reacts to disease, the odds, the benefits or the pros outweighs the con. And I was like, that makes sense. Changed my mind about it. So here I am. hurting more from Griff's workout than the shot itself.
Yeah, here y'all are right now. I'm watching y'all to see.
I know I'm waiting for a third eyeball to grow out there.
This is only the first round. I mean, there's a second one.
There's a second one.
We got to go back in the first week of January for our second series. So it's a 2-shot series, just FYI.
Why?
Why though?
I mean, I don't know.
That's a great
I'm
question.
not the pharmaceutical company.
No.
No,
what?
but there is
Pfizer.
a 2 series. It's 2 series. You take it three weeks apart from each other.
But the way I see it, I was like, look, whether we believe, as a collective whole, whether we believe in the vaccine or not, or in vaccination as a whole, period or not, this in essence creates or gives a glimpse of hope. For those that have had COVID or are going through COVID or have lost those that had COVID. 2020, let's be honest, it's been a rough year for a lot of folks, if not all. Businesses haven't been able to stay open. People struggle to, put food on the table and so forth and so forth. But if this is able to create a hope for many, again, whether we are on the side of, oh yeah, I'm so for the vaccine, or I'm completely against it. I don't know this. I don't want to be microchipped by the government, which is a whole nother conversation, by the way.
I don't believe that. I mean, I got a phone that has like my location.
Right,
services on.
exactly. The government's been
Like,
following you.
I've had
since
my
iPhone
phone next
came
to
out.
me in my girl season. It says you are
Yeah.
home, and it had tracks like all those dots where you been. I see like, see, that's that's the only place I go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right.
But it's hope. It's hope for for a better year coming up in 2021. Because as this thing rolls out, it's like not everybody's gonna get it right off the bat. They're gonna give it to frontline workers first, especially those that are working with COVID patients or those more exposed to COVID, and then they'll roll down from there. Like, and I don't know all the logistics of it. Like maybe 65 and up that are able to handle the vaccination, and then it goes down from 65 who are unhealthy or below, and so it's going to be like anywhere between January till possibly June before the public even gets it.
Okay, so with this, let's say everybody gets vaccinated. Does the world return to normal, and we're back and forth again, or how does this change the world? How does this vaccine change the world?
But see, that's the thing about a novel virus.
Yeah,
like they're still even learning about the virus itself, and even the vaccination. Now that even the trial isn't even over. The trial has to go and see. Okay, now that you have the vaccination, how is your body going to respond to it, and are you going to have the particular antibodies or antigen to last 3 months? Is it going to last a whole year? Is it going to last 3 years? It's almost like getting your Tdap or getting your shots when you're growing up, your vaccination for school. It's like, oh, this is good for 10 years.
Yeah,
Oh, this
so
is only good for a year.
Everybody that's done that was in the trial, they're still in the trial.
Yeah.
They're still monitoring them. They're still gonna see if they get exposed, and if they do somehow get the virus 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months from now. So they're still being checked up every.
Like, is this going to be good for a 10-year thing, or is this annual like the flu?
Do you see why there's like a big public distrust with this?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know. If you follow me on Twitter, I talk shit about it all the time because I don't trust. I mean, I trust science. Okay, wholeheartedly. But if you make a vaccination in 8 to 9 months, like how trustworthy is it? And I appreciate everybody that did the trial and that have gone through it. So I mean, that's why I was like, what do I have to lose? I work in the ER, so I can either go ahead and get COVID, which I haven't, thankfully, or I just go ahead and take the shot and just get it over with and see how it works.
The way I saw it, what actually like changed my mind into like, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it. Is if it was good enough as a trial for my aunt, who I wholeheartedly trust, then it's good enough for me as the FDA approved it. That's my position, though.
I got a question regarding that, but first we need to do the exclusive ad hoc. All right.
Give us the word of the day.
Last week it was, what was it? Doom
scrolling.
Doom scrolling. All right, nobody chimed in on it. Oh,
No. I mean, I heard it. I'm not gonna chime in. I just heard it from the last podcast.
Thought you caught that number. But last week it was doom scrolling. This week it's gonna be dearth. All right, dearth. 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 Okay, scarcity that makes dear an inadequate supply. Okay, dearth.
Deer, like the animal.
DEARTH. Like earth with a D in front of it.
But it makes deer an inadequate supply.
Scarcity.
Like
So
the
scarcity,
animal.
everything.
That makes deer. like just
Like
scarcity
endearment.
and an
Gotcha,
inadequate
gotcha.
supply of something.
I thought you meant inadequate supply of deers.
No. Just inadequate supply.
That's what I thought too. That's what I was interpreting.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
What's
Using
that?
in a sentence.
Maybe the vaccine's fucking with my brain.
Uh-oh. Earnhardt has recently hinted that a company-wide dearth of talent is the core reason his Chevy simply isn't as fast in 2005 as it has been in the past.
You're gonna
So-
have
so
girls
just a
telling their guys,
scarcity
"You lack
dearth.
dearth in the bed, and therefore I can't do this dearth." What the fuck? He gonna be googling. 3 hours later, oh shit.
So that is the exclusive ad hoc. All right, start now. You can count how many times we say it, or if somebody doesn't use it properly, chime in on that. All right. So
Is my mic working?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hear you loud and clear.
We can hear you.
Oh, my bad.
Val, I can barely hear you, Val.
I'm ready.
Vaccine.
Come up to the microphone.
Yeah, come to the mic.
So here's my thing with the virus, right? This is what I was thinking about the other day. Is it weird to you that at the end of 2020, all of a sudden there's a vaccine available, right? So it doesn't go into 2021. Like just from a devil's advocate or conspiracy theorist viewpoint, you know what I mean? Like, does that like
Do I
it's so,
think it's
like it's so
coincidental?
convenient, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's coincidental, but also, like I said, they've been working on it for 8-9 months, and they're trying to perfect it. So I guess it's the right time to push it out towards the end of the year, so it doesn't go any further. But I mean, they're not giving it out to the general public, anyways. It's just
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
waiting for
frontline
they're waiting for the New
workers.
Year. So like, hey guys, come be New Year, New You. Get your vaccine.
Griff, are you skeptical of this shit?
I am. I'm
Why?
very skeptical. Skeptical. I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical. God damn. I'm very skeptical because I have a hard time believing in vaccines anyway. Like when I was in the Marine Corps, I had to get vaccinated. We didn't have a fucking choice. But when I did have a choice, I'm like, don't put no foreign shit in my body. I don't know
Well,
what the
of
fuck it
course.
is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I'm like, my body will adapt. If it's supposed to adapt, it will. If
Right.
not, then it won't. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's iffy to me. And I've had COVID already, so it's like, I survived. I made it through.
Right.
So I'm like, maybe I'll be fine. If
Well,
I'm
I
not
mean-
supposed to be, then I won't be.
Yeah,
know?
well, so the most part, the people that already had COVID, they still have the antibodies. Sometimes they last a little bit longer than others. I'm not I'm not really sure on that, but I mean, I feel like if you're healthy, yes, you'll overcome it. But there are people that are older, that have diabetes, hypertension, and like other underlying issues that they can't fight it. They already have asthma, and so on top of that, having asthma, and then you're adding another respiratory issue to it, and then they can't breathe.
Right.
And like, this is where it's hard for me because I work in the ER, and I've had people that are like literally gasping for air, or we're intubating as soon as they hit the ER room. So it's like it got really hard, especially the last couple months, because our COVID number came back up, and the demographic that I work with are primarily Hispanics and Black folks, and they're older. It's a low income area that we work in, and so they don't have the resources for healthy food, for like good air and all that other stuff, and like, so they already have other underlying issues.
Right.
So it gets really hard working with these people that, they don't have help, and so they do rush to the hospital, and sometimes lately our waiting area is 3, 4, 5 hours.
Shit.
So unless you're like unless you're dying and you're gasping for air, like, you're gonna be waiting in that area until we can get a room. And unfortunately, ICU is closed off. We have 2-3 COVID units right now too, so it's getting exhausting.
Like my standpoint is not gonna be like, hey, you have to go get the vaccine. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean no? You know, like
Yeah.
if
Would you guys
want
be mad at me if I didn't get it?
No, I
You
won't
two
be
work
mad
in
at
the
you. I
health
mean,
field?
No.
everybody has their own opinion. I
Yeah.
mean, I have friends that they don't believe in it, which is fine.
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
need you to.
push it
I
on
don't.
you. Yeah.
I, personally, I did it because I want to advocate for it for the people that do want it in the future. And like, I don't know I don't know what they injected in me today.
Have you come across any black people that in specific that have besides me that have just been like, fuck that, besides Griffin and I? Has that been like
No, I
the
mean,
majority
I've had-
sentiment? Of,
Well, I've had people that ask me like, how much do you trust in the vaccination? I'm like, I can't. But like growing up, like, okay, I got vaccination when I was younger. How the hell am I supposed to know that I got, what I got?
Yeah,
Well,
our
how do
parents
I-
ain't gonna know what the fuck is in that
like,
shit either.
How do you know? So, you just go for it. it's just kind of, you know.
I don't know. For me, my distrust comes from the Tuskegee syphilis experiments that they did, started in 1932 all the way through 1972 at Tuskegee University, and they told African American males specifically that they were getting free health care, and this was the Public Health Service and the CDC were all behind this. Yeah. So for me, as a black male who knows the history of that, of the United States government going in and experiment specifically on black people, it's like, nah, what the fuck? Like, nah. Yeah. And then to hear the stats that it's more. I put on quote unquote minorities because I actually feel like minorities are the majority worldwide. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But for me, that's like, nah, you have historically shit on us from an economic standpoint, from a health standpoint. Like you said, our communities are underserved. There's no healthy food options. There's nothing like that. And then the communities' properties are bought, and then the property values are raised, and the people are kicked out and left to go somewhere else.
But this vaccination wasn't done on just one specific. But
still, at the same time, I still have a distrust in the public safety in the public health sector when it comes to that in the dealing of people of my race. Because I've even heard stories of like when black women, when they go in to have babies and they tell doctors like, hey, something's wrong, and the doctor ignores them, then the lady dies. I've heard numerous stories like that. So it's like, why am I going to come down here and let y'all inject me with something? Yeah, sure, it may be good for the general public, but what's good for the general public may not necessarily be good for you. Good for me. Yeah. So that that's kind of my standpoint on it. Then
like I said, we were even in the beginning, we're like, hell no, we ain't getting the first batch. But I mean, our minds were changed. But I'm not gonna be the type of person that's gonna sit here and be like and push this on you. If I'm not pushing vaccine or pushing the flu vaccine on you, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey man.
Yo, I've been seeing that. I've been seeing that meme of that lady like in London. She got the first shot, and then it goes to like it's like I think it's a vampire movie, and she's crawling on the ceiling and shit. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's exactly what the fuck's about to happen. Well, shit, that was an in-depth talk. Look, I'm on the fence about it. I say no. I'm on the fence about it. But because do I want to go back outside with a mask off? Absolutely. Do I want to be like right next to people? Like, sure, absolutely.
I mean, even after the shot, I still have to wear a mask. So it's not like
it's not like I'm walking around.
I don't have to wear a mask. I still have to wear a mask.
Like you're invincible.
It makes you invisible. Yeah.
Right. No.
But I mean, everybody has their own opinion. I'm not the one to be like, okay, you should get it. It's not mandatory. Just FYI, it's not mandatory. It's elective for us, and we just chose to.
We elected to do it.
Would that change your mind if it was mandatory? Because that's what when I first heard about it, they were saying it's going to be mandatory. Everybody has to. I'm like,
if they made it mandatory, I'd be like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you making it mandatory?
Like maybe that was their thing. Don't make it mandatory. So they.
I'm one of those people don't tell me what to do.
Let's give them a choice. They'll take it anyways. That's exactly what the fuck they did. You two do everything together. Okay, you work together. You see all kinds of crazy
first
shit.
I started at the hospital first. He followed me.
First of all,
ooh, here it comes.
Just throwing that out there.
Get out the gum for the roasting.
But Methodist is a great company to work for. Just FYI.
Yeah, we're gonna forward that too. We'll get you that raise, baby. All right, so you guys,
we don't even work in the same department.
Y'all don't?
We don't.
No.
I work in the ER and he works in neuro ICU.
Neuro ICU. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? Let's go there. Yeah, this is
this is what the show is going to be about.
This is y'all's
This is what's going to be the show. This is what the show is going to be about.
Well, I mean, we can do the double standards and everything like that, but we got to give the people some background. But
I thought we was talking about thigh gap and childbearing hips.
Oh yes, I forgot. Y'all were talking about that in Colorado, right? I personally like a little thigh gap. Is that wrong to say? Childbearing hips.
You like how I changed the subject real quick?
Hey, that's a good move right there.
Smooth.
I took that bait.
Swerve.
Y'all must have had some good ass conversations over in Colorado.
No, he just used everything for content.
I mean, that's our life now, though.
Everything is content now.
I forgot how we were talking about the hips thing.
Hips don't lie?
No.
Childbearing hips?
Well, because we were talking about how, like, some girls just have bigger hips, like, and it's fine. And
you hear Griff's, yeah?
Oh, my bad. I thought I was thinking.
He's like, yeah.
But I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
No, not at all.
It isn't.
Damn right, it ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Explain the whole thigh gap to me anyways. I never understood that.
It's when your thighs don't touch.
I mean, I know what that is, but I'm saying, like, what was the whole,
what made that
why?
popular?
Like, I know, like,
wait,
why
it's when your thighs don't touch? I thought, y'all keep
what you think thigh gap was?
Thigh gap. When there's a gap between
Tell
your
us,
thighs.
Joe. Before you Google it, tell us what you thought thigh gap was.
All right, don't be mad at me. So, all right. So I thought, you got the shape. You got
like a
Go
little
ahead.
kid,
I know,
man.
right? Go ahead.
You got the shape of the thigh, right? And then it comes up, and the closer it gets
It looks like a
to her
heart.
lady, yeah, and it's like a little space right there.
Sir.
And is that not the thigh gap? That's
Sir.
Not, am I wrong?
No.
I'm gonna Google.
Thigh gap is when a girl doesn't have gaps between her thighs.
Yeah, they don't touch.
When she's thick and it's just
Like when they stand there and her thighs don't connect. Like they're not touching.
Like I like for my hand to get stuck.
Your hand or
Yep. All of the above.
My hand's cold.
I don't know. Thigh gaps make it easier for us to take care of patients that need to be catheterized down there.
I thought
Oh shit! Flipping around like a chicken wing and shit. So yeah, I am wrong.
yeah, we know.
I thought that's what it was.
See, we're learning more and more about Joe.
Yeah, buddy.
Small dog, umbrella drink. Doesn't even know what a thigh gap is.
Well, I thought I don't know, man. I thought that's what a thigh gap was, and everybody be like, she got a thigh gap. I'd be like, yeah, she do.
Oh my god.
Well, are thigh gaps like a conscious thing for ladies or anything like
Yes,
that?
this is all they talk about. Well, not all they talk about, but
no,
I mean,
Yeah, what do women?
Mine's never. I don't have a thigh gap.
it's funny because as a trainer, yeah,
No, I was going for Peter.
oh yeah. It's like
What are you looking at?
he's googling thigh gap. He's
thigh
looking
gap.
at now he's looking
But
at
these
pictures.
these are like skinny girls though that I
That's
see.
the whole thing.
That's,
They want the
that's
thigh gap.
Point.
That's why I'm wondering, like,
They don't
why?
want big quads.
I'm like, when was this a thing, and why is it a thing?
You know
Like,
what I
there's
look at
nothing-
on girls? I look at their calves.
Girl, you got some sexy ass calves.
If it's just like, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, you're cute, but your calf game is it's fucking nasty. Is that a weird thing to like, calves?
Look like a chopstick.
Damn, she got
You
some
like
nice
what you like.
ankles too. She got them athletic ankles.
So you like your women wearing high heels then because it makes their calves pop.
Well, I just noticed
That
like
is some
stuff like
sexy
that.
shit,
If they're like, if they're walking like high heels, high heels
Yeah.
are sexy. But of course, ladies, if it makes you very uncomfortable, take them. Wear them.
Well, let's ask
flats.
Val that. It's okay. Why is the thigh gap a thing?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, why do women strive for that? Like, oh, I want the thigh gap. No, it's a personal trainer when you go and ask
it means
them.
it just means you're skinnier. Like, I mean, there are certain pants when girls wear and they don't have the thigh gap, it looks really cute, really fit and stuff like that. There's these Pinterest girls that wear these cute outfits and then I throw it on and it looks like I'm a bum.
Reality versus.
So
Yeah, y'all do be getting finesse when y'all be online
Exactly.
ordering shit.
because these
And-
models are like 5'8", 125 pounds. I'm like, I'm 125 pounds. I'm 5'2".
It don't look
So
the same when it comes.
proportions, like how does this work for me?
Expectation versus
I
reality.
the phone next to them, be like, it don't look like this.
like,
You're gonna
you
send
know?
that back, right?
It's like, I'm short.
Oh man. Fucking thigh gap.
Yeah, that I didn't know. Okay, so I was wrong. So now I sound like a creep because that's what I thought.
That's what you're looking at?
That's what I. Well, no, like somebody. I was like, oh shit. It's like
Well, I
surprise. You don't
think
just,
the
like,
conversation
intentionally
came
look
up. The conversation came up because I heard two women talking about there would never ever be a size 00 again. And I
that
was
they
like,
won't be.
Yeah, like pant size.
Well, with that attitude,
And I was like, Valid. But I was like, what is it about? What is it about that number? You know, like, do you have to be 00? And then I learned not too long ago that women's pants goes 0 or 00, then 2 and 4 and 6. Like it jumps
It's
by your,
even.
jumps by
Well, no, it
twos.
depends where you shop at because sometimes it's like 1, 3, 5. You know, it's
Does that drive you crazy because you hate them odd numbers?
yeah. That's what I don't.
I don't like this thigh gap. I don't like this.
He's still looking at pictures on
Well,
Google.
because I'm seeing it's just like the type of woman I wouldn't be attracted to.
Okay, so
It's,
you want
I
thigh
mean,
gap,
yeah, that's. It's
or you don't
just-
want
I
thigh
want
gap?
the quads popping.
Oh, okay,
I
so
want,
you don't-
let them
so-
touch.
You
Well, see,
don't
that's the
want thigh
thing.
gap.
Nah. I don't know. Like, nah, not like that. Not like them. They built. They
What about
just,
childbearing hips?
those just thick hips, right?
Yeah, right. Well, are we wrong?
Naturally thick hips, not the one that Kim Kardashian has.
Oh,
No,
you don't.
that's fake.
So are you against that?
No, I'm not against like fixing yourself. If it makes it happy, it makes you happy. She got a nice ass body, but you know, I'm just saying it's not real.
It's not her. Or it's hers, but it ain't real. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
It's just, displaced fat, right? You talking about where the hips on the side?
Yeah,
where
you
the
know,
glute-
like that perfect like Dexter's mom.
But we have this conversation to say like, because the guys didn't jump in. The
I
hourglass.
remember what her
shape.
hips look like. I do. Damn.
Yes.
She has some skinny ass calves though. You see what I'm talking about? That shit went straight down. The fuck. So I don't know. It's weird to hear, or I guess hear. So what were they saying about childbearing hips?
They weren't saying anything about it. They're like, oh, I don't like my childbearing hips, or like, I wish I was able to fit back in a 00, and stuff like that. And so as a trainer, we hear that a lot. Because when I was working at Lifetime and Equinox, and you ask our clients, or female clients, it's like, hey, so what are your goals, or what do you want to work towards? And they're like, oh, I want that thigh gap. Oh, I hate my childbearing hips. And it's like, wait,
Better embrace them shits.
right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You look great the way you do. There's always room for improvement. We can get you towards your goals, what makes you feel better, because everybody has their own personal goals, what they want to look like. But you have women that have babies or had babies, and then they're like, oh, well, I want to be back to where I was in college. Okay, well, did you have a baby in college, or did you just have a baby, a couple months ago? And it's like, okay, one, your body has done changed since college. Is it feasible for you to go back to the way you used to look like? Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's impossible, but understand your body is unique. It's made changes, and so when you hear that as a trainer, well, aside from that, as a guy or as a gentleman, not all guys want that thigh gap. A lot of us aren't even paying attention to your childbearing hips, and I know it's a personal thing, because women are self-conscious about it. Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, hey, no, we don't want you flat, looking like a rectangle. You know what I'm saying? You heard me say in class, ain't nobody want no pancake booty.
No pancake booty. No syrup.
Are there any pancake booties on our classes?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm glad you answered that.
That's
I'm so glad you answered that.
I mean,
But like, childbearing hips, I mean, that's something that you were born with, right? If I'm not mistaken.
not always. I mean, I know some thick girls that haven't had kids, but
But the way your hips are,
that's just how
it's-
genetics work.
Like,
I mean-
love your body for the way it is as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
like,
I don't
It's just
like my
curvy.
body.
well, then, Joe, you can go work with Griff, because I'm hurting still.
Damn, Peter throwing out the fucking advertisement for me and shit. Yeah, appreciate it.
Did y'all train that
Way to
self-made?
make up, baby.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
This
And
guy's
that's-
still looking at these pictures.
He's still looking.
Well,
at
no.
those.
I'm looking at childbearing hips now. That is my Google. My Google search is disgusting. No, I just wanted to make sure that I have the right image of what I'm supposed to be visualizing as we have these conversations.
No, I mean, I say that to say that, I wish and I hope that this goes for both guys and like men and women. Like, we talk about first loving yourself, accepting yourself for the way it is,
Right.
and having the ability to work towards something that you want to accomplish, but understanding there are certain things that you may not have control over, the way your body is shaped. You have the whole mesomorph and ectomorph and all that stuff. It's like, you're people, especially younger women now, that are like trying to compare themselves to Instagram models or those that have been doing the whole fitness journey or industry for like 5+ years that look a certain way, and they may have some enhancements. Photographers do a great job editing, and the lighting and the angles. And you ask these models, and they'll be honest about it too. We have a lot of influencers that are honest about these pictures that they're taking and where they're at, and then you have those that are on the other end of the spectrum. It goes both ways, but it's like, if you can control it, as far as diet goes and staying fit or staying functional and going work out, yeah, go for it. But there's something that you can't control. Like, you have people that are hating themselves on things they can't control, and it's sad to see, and it's sad
For
to hear.
things you can't control, just get surgery. That's it.
And that's
Yeah,
what I
you
would
have
tell
that
some of my, or like if I had a potential client, she's like, I don't like the way my hips look. I don't like having these childbearing hips, whatever, thigh gap, whatever. It's like, well, I can help you with, burning fat and create muscle or making muscles bigger, but I can't realign your bones.
Right.
Yeah.
So you need to be comfortable with the way your body is made, right? And we can tone and create definition or size or whatever to where we can create it at. But as far as like realigning your body, I can't freaking squeeze your pelvis together or some shit like that.
Because you can always
know what I mean?
focus on certain areas too that creates an illusion or makes your body a little more symmetrical. Because beauty is symmetry.
Right. That's the art of bodybuilding anyway.
Yeah.
The golden ratio.
Mm-hmm.
The golden ratio. All right. Come on, let's kick it up a notch.
Okay.
I sent something to the group text,
Oh, my bad.
and I was like, I was having this discussion, and I was like, damn, what are some things that you wouldn't want to know that your girl did with like an ex?
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's tough.
I think that's like, it's like, there's some things like they know, they tell you about, but then there's other things that you know that you may have done with an ex that you're like, I wonder if my girl ever did that with somebody. And it just got me to thinking, I had a list. I don't want to say my list because my list is pretty bad. I was like, damn, this is pretty nasty, man. You don't
We
want to
gotta
say
ask
this shit
with
on
Val
air.
here on the panel.
No. Hey, if y'all don't want to get into it, you don't have to get into it.
Just mute my mic.
I just thought, because what we were talking about double standards and shit like that. So it's double standards for one person to do one thing, and then I feel like double standards more so affect women than they do men because it was more socially acceptable for like men to be hoes.
I agree.
To go out and have sex with 10 million girls. Right. But as soon as a girl goes out and practices her, her wants and her needs, yeah, she's a slut. Yeah,
She a slut.
She a hoe. Yeah, she a thought.
But the guy's a hero?
She's something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that popped up, and then that's why that popped in my head because I had just had a conversation about that shit earlier. Why do where do these double standards come from?
Back in the day.
Same place
Yeah.
where thigh gaps came from, probably.
It's true.
Where? How?
Some dude.
Back in the day,
Decided.
when they were like adultery is bad, and they shame women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, throw an A on them.
For adultery?
Mm-hmm.
That if I was living back in the
Scarlet
day
letter.
and they put a scarlet letter on girl, I'd be like, you holler at her.
Say,
You know what she do.
I don't judge.
No, yes. I mean, I think now society we're moving past the point of a double standard.
Yeah.
Because women are taking control and doing what's normal. Doing what's normal to them, doing what they want. They're not being controlled by men. Well, some men still feel like they have a right to say something about some people, and some women still have a point about how guys should act and things like that. You come across some of those every now and then, but I personally, I'm glad that we're moving away from a double standard standpoint. And it's fun seeing women online. This sounds bad. It's fun seeing women online like be themselves and be who they are and explore their options and doing things like that because it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me. So if things that don't affect me, I tend to like. It's not any of my business what a lady does. So why continue to perpetuate these double standards? And I feel like a lot of the double standard. No, I can't say that. I was gonna say it's those some like old white men in like Washington and shit like that. But no, it's across the spectrum. It's across the spectrum. There's guys from every ethnic background that hold some sort of discord or just thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, the Middle East is still,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
they will kill you.
They still stoning women.
But yeah, they will. Yeah.
That shit's fucking crazy. But why? 'Cause I know their religion may have
yeah.
a lot to play into that, but
That's
for
the
what?
hard. That's the hard divide because
That's just
you didn't grow up in that culture,
yeah.
right? So you don't fully understand it. But that's just the way things are over there. That's something I really had to think about when I was deployed over. Is like some stuff that they did is like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
To me, in my mind, I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. That's a terrible idea. Why would they do that? Well, that's the way that that's their history, their ancestry.
Yeah.
That's how it just goes.
They have
from
honor killings.
there. Yeah.
I shit you not.
They have
do
what?
Stuff like that.
They have honor killings. So there's this news maybe a few years ago. I believe he was Indian, but he killed 2 of his daughter. He shot them in the back of his car here in Irving. I believe it was in Irving, but it was here. And he shot him in the back of the car. It was an honor killing. I think one of the girls was like dating a white guy or something like that, or they found out that she was dating somebody outside of her race. And he killed her and her sister, and then fled back to wherever he fled back to.
And
they just found him like maybe a few months ago.
Yep.
Did they bring him back?
Yeah.
He was a cab driver or something like that.
Here in Irving?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's honor killings. They still do it.
That's part of their culture. We look at that as that's terrible. That's murder. But
But
Is that why we go to war in countries like that? I'm just saying controversial shit. I just have to say something else. There's different reasons. No, but that shit, I don't. Like you said, I
It's
didn't
hard
grow up
to
in it. I don't
understand.
understand it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So what
it.
double standards do you think exist now?
I think a lot of our double standards still exist on the spectrum of sexual activity. As I feel like, you know, that's how it is as far as what's expected of another person. So like men paying bills or doing things like that. Like I feel like I see that on the line. People getting finessed.
Yeah.
Girls, young ladies, women posting their bodies how they want to post their bodies. That still gets ridiculed.
Yeah.
It's still, I feel like it's still some of the same old traditional things.
But that has to do with a lot of way that you're kind of raised and the people that you're around too. Because if you're not open-minded, you're just stuck. And I told Peter that last night. I was like, if you're not open-minded, if you're not open to growing, like mentally and challenging yourself and like trying to put yourself in other people's positions and other like perspective, like you're not going anywhere. You're not learning. You're not growing. You're just stuck where you are. And that's just the way you're gonna be learning. And that's not no way to live.
We were talking about constructive criticism. Like, how do you approach someone that doesn't handle criticism well?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Why are you?
Because I'm thinking of a person who I think we all have in mind that wouldn't take constructive criticism very well.
Say the name.
No, hell no, no, absolutely not. Hell no.
I mean,
Hell no. Because I feel like I've been constructively criticized my entire life, so I take it very well. So it's like, I feel like it's, first of all, the first part of that word is constructive.
Constructive.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
A lot of people are sensitive, man. They'll get butthurt.
Yeah, they will.
but if, I don't know. You know, as far as approaching somebody with constructive criticism, I'll just flat out tell you, like, hey.
but I mean, it's not even like if someone tells you like you're doing something wrong, don't get butthurt about it. Just ask them how you can do it better. How would you do it in your way? You know, kind of trying to understand 2 point of views. Like, but if you're just gonna sit there and sulk and then get pissed off, what do you gain from that? Nothing. Right. You just then you're just gonna continue doing the same shit over
Until
and
you're
over.
tired of your own bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no growth there.
Right.
Did you guys grow up in pretty, I guess, forward-thinking households yourselves?
My mom verbally abused me till this day. Jokingly.
Asian parents
are ruthless, okay?
I didn't know whether to laugh or I
No,
know
I'm
it was my
serious.
heart.
I'm serious. Like my mom literally, she'll come home and just be like, why are you just sitting there? Are you not like go work out, do something? Like, why are you so lazy? Like, she'll come home and just criticize all of us, and we're just and you know it's what we grew up around with. Like my middle sister, she's a little thicker than we are, and she's always like, oh, you're fat, nah, go to the gym, and like we don't take it to heart because it's something we grew up with, and we just know our mom's just like that. And like Asian parents, like I said, they're honest people. Vietnamese people are the most honest, rudely honest people you'll ever meet for like no reason, like for no reason. Let me tell you one story. Whenever we went to Vietnam, this woman was like straight gawking Peter, and then like straight gawking him, and then she literally she was cleaning the hotel room. She literally, her and her friend stopped what they were doing, just sat there at the stairs and just stared at him.
Yeah, international peace.
Peace.
I'm like, what the hell? And then the next morning, she's like, oh hi, and I'm like,
I looked at her. I looked at Val. I'm like, you not gonna say nothing?
Like, help me out. Come on.
it's just, I don't know. Vietnamese people, they're rudely honest, and they're just different type of people.
Fuck.
This guy.
It's crazy.
No, but yeah, they'll cuss you out just because, especially in Vietnam. Like, I don't
like back in the day, I would see my mom. And she's like, you look like you gained a couple pounds. And I'm like, okay. So then I'll watch what I eat. I'll go to the gym, and then like literally 2 days later, my mom's like, you look skinny. You need to eat more.
There's no healthy
food
balance.
just all over. Like,
whenever he was training for his bodybuilding show, he got so skinny that his face was just like sulking, and his mom was like, his mom was just like, you look like you're about to die. Da, da, da. Like, dude, she like.
And how do you explain to it? I know how to explain to my parents. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing a bodybuilding competition, because then my dad would probably like, if I was to translate it from Vietnamese to English, it'd be like, the fuck you doing that for?
You have so much time on your hands, you're just going to be living at the gym?
Yeah, you got that much time, you're just going to go and compete bodybuilding. What the hell is bodybuilding?
Did they go to your show?
No.
Yeah. Asian parents are emotionally disconnected. And that's a lot of things that like a lot of, like I see that a lot of the, I guess Gen Z, is it the younger one after millennials? Gen X, no, Gen Z.
Is he?
They're growing up and they're more like emotional beings and they want their parents to be there and stuff like that. So a lot of them are more like, oh, I wish my parents were more like emotionally there for me. Like me growing up, like my parents were not emotionally there, So it's like it's just what I grew up with, and like I just kind of like grew with it. But I understand because everybody has emotional needs. But Asian parents are the one of the top ones that don't provide emotional needs.
Yeah, growing up, my dad was like, real men don't
they'll
cry.
clothe you, they'll provide security and stuff like that. Let me tell you, when I gave birth, they plopped my child on my chest, and I was crying because I was happy. And my mom straight looked at me and she was like, "Stop crying.
Damn.
What are you crying for?" And it's just how Asian parents are. I grew up, I'm like, dude, I cry, just emotion. I'm just emotional crier. My mom, no, she's very stern. I've never seen that woman cry until I pissed her off. But she doesn't cry. She's just very emotionally disconnected.
Are you first generation as well?
Yeah.
Do you think that there's a difference between first generation, like parents that came over, that immigrated over, as opposed to parents that stayed in Vietnam? Or is that's just who they are?
That's just who they are. I mean, the ones that are like, my uncle's he's younger, so he's more Americanized. So he's more like he'll check in with his kids and be more like
EQ
emotionally
skills,
emotionally there for them. But for the most part, like I don't think emotional,
Asian
comfort
don't,
was always there. So a lot of OGs, like they have like emotional trauma, like they just.
I mean, they left a war-torn country,
It's like.
They had to be hard.
Yeah.
There was no choice for them to.
Yeah.
There was no soft spot.
None.
And my mom grew up with like 17 siblings, so
shit.
who's gonna provide emotional support there? Like they're just there taking care of each other.
How does that affect you as a parent with your child?
I'm very like emotionally in tune with Caden. I like if he's frustrated, I'll tell him, hey, learn from the frustration, talk it out if you want to. Like just sit there and like we're not gonna. I don't dismiss it just because it's gonna affect him later on. So just be aware of what you're feeling, be okay with it, and then if you need to talk it out. If not, let's move forward.
Going back to double standard, when you and your girls talk about like guys, do y'all think that chivalry is dead?
No, I don't ever bring that up because
I'm just saying in general, like women, you hear women say it a lot,
I held the door open for somebody the other day.
that's it.
You said it like you've never done it before.
That's it.
Did you want a cookie?
But no, when they don't say thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
I can't
chivalry's
stand
dead. I just think some people, some females
Man.
expect too much, and then some
Yeah.
guys just don't do enough.
I once held a door for a woman, and she's like, "You don't think I can open my own door?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, see those females just say thank you.
You're woke.
What'd you do after she said that?
I didn't say nothing.
Did you continue holding? Did she walk through the door that you
When
held
she
open?
walked through the door,
I would have pulled her right back out of the door.
So I've done that shit before. I've done that shit before. I was so fucking mad, dude. Like I held the door open for this lady. She walked through. She didn't say thank you. I was like, "Ma'am, I'm holding the door for you. Like usually you say thank you when somebody does something nice." She was like,
Yeah.
"Well, I can get the door myself." I'm like, "Okay." Well, I grabbed her arm and I pulled her back out the door and closed the door. Is that Walgreens?
Don't those doors like slide
It was
open?
before all of that shit happened.
Oh, don't those doors
Walgreens.
slide open?
In Arizona. I'll never forget it.
She'll never forget either.
Never forget
Yeah.
it. And I went in the store and did what I had to do. I don't know if she went in the
Just say
store or
thank
not,
you.
She probably was shocked.
but yeah, she probably just stood there at the door like, "This fucking just really happened." Oh, you fuck. I've done that
just
shit
pulled me
multiple
out.
times, actually.
Oh, I mean, that shit's beautiful.
I've done it multiple times. If I open the door and I don't hear a thank you or even just a look in the eye, like very sweet, something like that, like I'm gonna say something
or a nod or something. I mean, just
I will
acknowledge
say
it.
something.
Acknowledge it.
because I do that. Like if somebody does something for me, I say thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You didn't have to, but you did.
Right.
Right. Like I
You stood there and you waited for me to walk through the door. You
Right.
could have literally just kept going. And
Right. I don't play that shit. I don't give a fuck who you are.
So on the subject of chivalry, and you said like guys not doing enough. What? Give me an example of a guy not doing enough.
Well, some guys are just, like, I'm not trying to gloat on him or anything like that, but whenever.
No, gloat away.
Girl,
baby.
you about to say
gloat.
No.
Gloat away.
No, it's just like just simple things. Like if he's out, he's going to the grocery store or whatever. He's like, "Do you need anything, babe?" Like you're a different story.
Proceed.
No, but he always does that. Like, and then he knows like whenever he goes to a certain store, I want certain things. He'll ask, even though we may have it at home. He'll be like, hey, are you sure? Do we need anything at home? Or if he's already out, like, hey, do you need food or anything like that? It's just considerate.
Always buy extra.
No.
Just be considerate.
I'm considerate when I ask, and if you answer your answer, that's your answer.
No, but yeah, no. I mean, it's just I don't. Before Peter, I can open my own doors. I felt really weird when he kept opening my doors, like even in the car. It's just weird because I'm very independent, and so it takes a while it took me a while to like adjust to like let him just open my door and just say thank you. Or just certain things, because that's just how he is. Some people, that's just how they are. They're just generally nice people and generally like, I forgot the word, but just nice people, and they can, do genuinely care for you. And then there's some females that are just they just take that independent woman thing a little bit too far.
Too fucking far.
Like they're just like, no, I got this. No,
like I know you're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do it for
That's
you.
my thing. It's like
it's
I know
fine.
you can. I'm just like
I'm not saying you can't
just
open
let
the door.
them help you out,
Right.
ladies.
I'm a
Like,
nice person. Fuck. Let me open the damn door.
Yeah, the females that are like way too independent, but then they're also looking for a man. Like y'all need to give or take here.
Retard.
Give and take.
I'm just saying that's how a relationship works. You
Griff,
gotta.
you all right?
No, I'm not all right.
What's wrong?
Who hurt you?
Like I hate rude people in general.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Like
nobody wants to.
just
Yeah,
it's just thank you. What's so hard about thank you? How
Yeah.
quick was that? It was less than a second, wasn't it? Thank you.
Hey, that line when people ask who hurt you, somebody was talking to me about something, and I was going off, and then they hit me with that. I was, somebody really did hurt
Who
me.
hurt you?
Somebody really did hurt me.
How much time do you have?
I just got quiet after that.
No, truth is there's just a dearth of considerate people in the world these days, right? Just little stuff like that just sends me over the edge, man. Drives me crazy. Fucking drives me crazy.
I get it, especially with me being like a kind person. I used to get mad as a kid, like when I would smile at an adult in the grocery store and they wouldn't smile back.
Oh, I hate that shit too.
Fuck you.
I hate that shit too, bro.
as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, I was just, hey, just a little something walking down the aisle.
Right.
No, I wouldn't wave like that. Just smile, because you make eye contact with somebody.
I don't
Shoot them
make eye
a courtesy
contact with
smile, then they
nobody.
wouldn't smile back. Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's fuck you then. And then I asked my mom, why don't they smile back? And she said some people just don't
Some
smile
people
back.
just assholes.
And I didn't get it. I was like, I don't
I had to
understand.
learn that as an adult.
That people don't smile back.
No, that I should be more friendlier. It's just I was just never taught to. Literally, my New Year resolution was to be more like, I guess,
For 2020.
Yeah, before it went to shit. But it was before we had to wear masks. My goal, one of my it was, I guess, a resolution or whatever. It was to smile more at people, or just to greet them before they greet me. Because I wasn't never really taught that, and I'm very I'm not shy. I just don't initiate saying hey or hi or and Methodist has this rule, this 5-10 rule. So if you're within 10 feet from each other, you greet each other with a smile or a wave or whatever, and within 5 feet you need to say hi or verbally greet each other. And it wasn't until I started Methodist when I was like, dude, I really need to be more proactive with that, because people, there are so many positive people that are walking down their house and they're like, good morning, and I'm like, okay. I avoid making eye contact or saying hi. It's just because I don't like the awkward hey, what's going on?
I've learned to leave her alone in the morning.
I'm not a morning person, so there's that.
Look at Pete's face.
Don't talk to me before 11 a.m.
I've
11 a.m.
God dang,
I
bro.
just don't know. I mean 10. I mean, I guess you do 10, but I don't.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
That is late. It's almost noon.
Half of the day going.
I work at 11. I
I don't
work
talk to her
11 to
until
11.
11:30.
I work 11 to 11, so I don't wake up until 10:30,
Oh, yeah,
10
that
o'clock
makes
to go
sense.
to work. And so, the first 2 hours that I'm awake, I need me time.
Fuck y'all.
And she doesn't drink. Well, she drinks coffee every so often, but it's not like, oh, okay, let me wait till she has caffeine. Nah, man, it's just
You're just gonna have to wait 2 hours.
I'm just gonna go ahead and make her
Just set a
breakfast.
ti-
I know what she likes to eat.
Hey
so-
Siri, set a timer for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Call it the Val timer.
go ahead and read her vibe
No,
or
but
energy.
there are people that were never taught to just it's just within them that they're just like, hey, naturally, you know, good morning people, or they're naturally just like socializing people. I'm not.
That's true, and some people just don't pay attention too. I found that I learned that lesson in the Marine Corps. So custom and courtesies or whatever common thing you do when you walk by an officer, you know, the cover on, you salute, right? You salute first, and they salute back, and then you drop your salute. Well, there was one time I saluted an officer, "Good morning, sir," and he didn't salute back, just kept walking past me. And I stopped and I turned around, "Sir," I said, "Good morning," and he stopped and looked at me. "Oh man, Sergeant Griffin, I'm so sorry. I just wasn't paying attention." I was like, "My bad." And he was like, "Hey, my bad. I'm sorry." You know, whatever. And then that was it.
You should do that next class you teach.
Some people
at like
just don't pay attention.
5:30 a.m.
They never say good morning.
You should.
It's 5:30.
Wake the fuck up. Like, we got
But
shit to do.
he's awake. Why shouldn't
Yeah.
everybody else be awake?
I'm here to give you all of my energy.
You have
Good
a lot of
morning.
energy.
Good morning.
Exactly. See, if I took your 5:30 class, I would be cussing you out in my head the whole
They probably
damn class.
do.
They do.
The
They
whole
do.
damn class, and then I'm going to leave.
I'm
We get
sure- I'm
eyeball
sure they do.
rolls, probably get fingers. It's okay. The eyeball is a muscle
They'll
too.
tell me,
Go ahead.
there you
and work
go.
it out.
I think someone
Get
needs your
the
help
reps in.
over there.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm here right now.
And it's so
I'll
funny
check on them in a minute.
because they'll try to avoid eye contact. It's like, I don't need you to make eye contact. I'm already coming over to you because you over here.
I like it when I'm training across the room and I got my eyes on somebody else while I'm training the person in front of me too, and I take a look. Hey. I yell their name.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit,
It's so funny
yeah.
because they'll pan the room and
Tighten up.
they see your eyes. They're like, oh,
Where you at? Yep.
we see you.
But hey, if there's one thing I can say about being around you two for this short amount of time that I've known you both is that I think sometimes you can tell when people like really love each other and really go together, and that would be
Man,
you
she
two.
made me.
Don't mess it up, Pete.
Say
Don't
it.
mess it
No,
up, Pete.
say it. Say it. I dare you.
God
You know what?
I
We
dare
should hear the two different versions as to how we met.
Say it.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, baby. You go first.
I have the keys to the car, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Ladies first. Hey, I got Joe and Griff. Take me home.
Hey, you know I gotta go that
Put
way
me in
anyway.
I got you.
I know you do.
Nah, put me in the middle. Yeah, I'll take them home. Shit, you know, we'll beat you there.
Oh, yeah. You wanted that?
So whose side you want to hear first?
I want to both. First.
Ladies first.
Ladies
bro.
first. Let's go. Let Val go.
All right. So we briefly dated in 2009. It was like a month. It was like partying stage. We got to know each other. That was it. And then
I was a little hoe.
yeah. No,
was a
not little. He
Peter
was
was a thot.
like if you knew Peter like circa 2008 to like maybe I don't know 2000 when we started dating 2016.
He was out here for everybody.
2015, 16. He was
I was the people. I was for the people.
He was the people's person. The people's champ.
So he moved forward, and I did my own thing for a while, and then I did not see him for I don't know 6-7 years maybe, and then in 2016 in March, my girls and I we were going to Austin for I think
Asian Olympic.
No, it was Asian Olympics and like South by Southwest or something like that weekend, and he was playing football. And I didn't know that he was following because my friend was like he talked to my other friend and he was following us this whole time. I didn't know that. And then we got to Whataburger, and then he walked in and I was like, "What the hell?
who's
I
that?"
haven't seen this motherfucker in I haven't seen this guy in like a long time."
It's like the door opens and like.
Pete, did you know that she was in the car in front of you?
Nah, I didn't.
You didn't? Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen him in forever, so I was like, "This is weird." And then he was just like, it was Friday during Lent, and we don't eat meat during Lent if you're Catholic. But he sat down, and I was like, "What are you eating?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm eating grilled cheese." I'm like, "There ain't no grilled cheese at Whataburger." And he goes, "Yeah, there is." And so he brought out, and he goes, "This is from a special menu." And I was like, "Okay." But anyways, that's why we have grilled cheese tattoo.
For those that can see, she has a grilled cheese on her neck.
Can you see it?
Yeah. But yeah, and then afterwards we went out to 6th Street and stuff like that. I hate telling this part. Anyways, we went out to 6th Street, and then on the way home, like our Airbnb didn't have no damn water. So we were like, Peter was like, "Hold on, I'll get some water." And it was like 3:00 in the morning, and like nobody volunteered to go with him. So I was like, "All right, fine, I'll go with you." Mm-hmm. So I volunteered volunteered to go with him, and then on the car ride, I like fell asleep, and like he grabbed my hand.
She fell asleep.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and he grabbed my hand. I held it back. You know, what else you gonna do?
You try not to get it's okay to be cheesy.
I held it back, and then anyways, and that was it. And we went home, and then he stayed with us, and he just got in the bed and like we snuggled. Or there was two other people on the bed, so we didn't do anything. We snuggled on the bed, and then the next morning he left for football, and that was about it. And then he proceeded to bother me for 5 months.
Bother.
Like from March. Okay, I was about to graduate nursing school, so I was not trying to fuck with nobody. I literally he's like, let's go out to dinner. Let's go out to lunch. What are you doing today? For like 5 months. And finally in August is whenever I was like, all right, fine. What do you want to do? Let's go watch a movie, do something. So there.
She left some beautiful information.
She likes to make it all sound all tough. He grabbed my
you like hardcore shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
She left out.
Okay.
She left
Val
out.
got that gangster shit on.
Yeah, she left out that pertinent information, all the stuff that makes the story beautiful.
Come on, Pete.
Go ahead.
Let me
Make
tell
it
you.
beautiful.
So what had happened was, we briefly dated. Back in the days when I was a little fuck boy, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. Hey, we already done admitted to it that we were, we weren't always the best of guys back in the day. I'm a changed man, okay?
Hey, a man's fuckboy stage is way better than the ladies' fuckboy stage. I'll tell you that.
Double standard.
Agreed, double standard.
No, guys have way more fun, but keep going.
So, anyways, fast forward to 2016, the whole tournament, driving down the tournament. I didn't know she was with her friends or they were driving down there. I walk into Whataburger, and I'm a sucker for braids, like girls with braids. Boy. She had both her like braids on both sides.
Like the J-Lo braids?
I had like, not pigtails, but it's like
Like
I just had
cornrow?
two-
braid
yeah.
on, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just had it on the side.
But I recognized who that was before she turned around. And I'm walking in, and then we make eye contact, and I'm like, damn, I'm a sucker for dimples too. Why? Dimples,
Look at the dimples, Papa.
dimples and braids. Like, man, damn, she still looks good. But anyways, what she had left out was, all the other stuff is true. I ordered grilled cheese, and the grilled cheese in the kids menu. You just gotta get grilled
I
cheese.
never ordered
But
Menu.
but she didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, it's a secret menu. Just tell them you want a grilled cheese, and they'll make it for you. But anyways, what she had left out was later on. She was like, yeah, I still remember. He's still as good looking as you were before.
I did not say that.
You was funnier than I remembered. Whatever. Anyways,
I didn't say that until after the fact.
but she still said it.
Still saying. Still counts. Still counts.
Anyways, I did try to pursue her for 5 months. Persistency, right?
Yeah.
But at the same
That's
time,
a better way of saying it. Pursue. Yeah.
yeah.
Bother.
But at the same time, yeah, she was like, he
Val.
bothered me for 5 months, but she would still respond on text messages. Right?
Oh my gosh.
If someone's bothering you, you either block them or don't respond. No, she responded. She just didn't agree to go out on a date until
I
5
did.
months later because she was taking her boards. Fair enough, But we went out on a date, and here we go. Fat ass rock on her finger.
Engaged and out. And the wedding's next year.
Working together.
Yep.
And,
Creating a life.
yeah.
It's beautiful, guys.
Tear.
And y'all got matching grilled cheese tattoos.
The grilled cheese tattoo. That's dope, though.
I made fun of my friend who got like a matching tattoo with his girl, but his marriage lasted longer than mine. So who's the joke on now? Y'all got anything y'all want to add before we roll up out of here?
Oh,
Val,
Wear
did you
your mask, people, please.
I made
wear
it.
your mask? Val, did you have fun?
I did.
Good.
I did.
We'll bring you back because
man.
there's more to unwrap. No, there's way more to unwrap for you too. Way more to unwrap. I know it. I know it. Griff, you got anything you want to add?
I don't, man. I forgot. Dang, I didn't bring a cigar.
It's okay. She's coming
Oh,
back.
you know what?
apparently.
Today we went to Italy in North Park, and they have these like ginormous chocolate cigar, and I thought about you.
Chocolate cigar.
It's
Like a candy bar?
yeah, it's chocolate in a cigar
Case.
shape.
Oh,
It,
okay.
it looks exactly like a cigar. It's just
So it
chocolate.
looked like you eating a cigar.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. We walked by the UGG store. And Val's like, ooh, maybe I should get a pair of Uggs. Man, I held my tongue so bad. I'm like, hey, I'm pretty sure Joe want one too.
Hey, I do want some male Uggs, man. Are those
They're
mugs?
comfy.
Oh,
Y'all can go to Uggs together.
Y'all are crazy. Uggs are amazing.
They're not. They're
Yeah,
comfy.
yeah.
About amazing.
I mean, I wouldn't buy it for the
Man.
price because it's a little expensive, but they're warm.
Joe.
I get cold feet.
This is what I want for my birthday,
Wear
bro.
more
What do you want for your birthday?
I got it. Doesn't have to be this year because it's short notice.
Don't say Uggs, Pete.
For my birthday in 2021.
Matching pair of Uggs.
No, I don't want matching pairs of Uggs. I just want you in a pair of Uggs with your little puppy
This is an odd request.
and your umbrella drink
And some Santa Claus onesie pajamas.
and your boy choker.
All right, so Santa Claus onesies, Uggs,
It'll be
and a little dog.
With a boy choker.
I'll deliver. 2021, I got time. All right.
that could be your Christmas shot.
For my
the
Christmas
speaker.
card.
that
To mail out to the family.
Yeah.
People will be asking me so many questions. And then I talk to my mom. Is Joseph okay?
You all right, baby?
Yeah, I'm all right. What the fuck's wrong with y'all?
We should do. He should
Happy
do.
holidays.
Joe should
Send a
release
virtual card.
Joe should release a calendar.
Oh, man.
Joe has to get in shape for a calendar.
12 months of Joe.
Joe had hot wings and pizza today.
Oh.
I know.
Hey, I bet you those calendars would sell.
Cups of Joe or 12 months of
12
Joe.
months of Joe.
12 months of Joe.
Chime in. Hey, if you want a calendar, call 12 months of Joe for the year 2021, 2022. I don't know. Why not? Donate the money to charity.
Yeah.
I'm taking
For a
a
good
class
cause.
tomorrow morning because they said that they would donate money to a charity of my choice. So I'm doing cardio class tomorrow morning.
At F45?
What time?
6:30.
At Arena?
Old East, baby. What you talking about? Where's popping at?
Okay. Our class is witness.
No, at Old East. So they said that they would donate to a charity of my choice, and I was like, I can't say no to that. So,
Wait, who's coaching
That's pretty
6:30?
dope.
I think Haley and Andrea.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. I already know what charity I want to give it to. Well, I know an idea of a charity I want to give it to. So.
What charity?
I have this big thing about single mothers since my mom raised me until I was 11.
Yeah.
And then I went to live with her brother and my uncle's wife, my Aunt LaDonna and my Uncle Calvin. So I have a big thing like just giving back to single moms because like I saw my mom, go to work and days when school was out, like I didn't have a babysitter. I wasn't going to too many people's houses. Like I was at home by myself and my mom left me $20. She's like, here's the money for your pizza. Don't answer the door for nobody. So I ordered my Papa John's pizza. I call in my own orders. Yeah, can I get a large pepperoni and a Mountain Dew and a 2-liter Mountain Dew? And I'd be at home by myself playing video games, watching TV, taking naps, eating pizza.
Yeah.
Until my mom got home at 5:30 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Speaking of family, did you handle your business?
We did. Yeah, we're back on talking terms. We're speaking
Yeah.
terms.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I explained how I didn't appreciate the way that that happened, and that person responded with an apology, and they understood where I was coming from.
So Joe
I'm
came
glad.
on. Yeah.
I forgot to tell you guys that, but yeah, we did. So we were talking, and it, it's good because that person is really near and dear to my heart. So yeah.
But
oh,
they
your
understood,
family
right?
member.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Yeah.
had the
No, they
conversation.
understood. We really had the conversation. like-
Communication, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it needed. I felt like it needed to simmer all the way down.
Yeah, that's fine.
Before we had that talk. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all kicking it with us. Another episode of Speak the Fuck Up. It's your guy Joe, Pete, and Griff, Val. We're glad that you came through to hang out with us today.
always pleasure.
Yes, for real. Hey, next time y'all go to town, y'all gotta take us with you.
Out of town?
Yeah. Next time y'all go somewhere, let us know, see what we can do. I've never been skiing. I lived in Denver all that time, inner city kid, but so I never went skiing or
Oh.
snowboarding. Didn't do anything like that. But Pete, close us out, baby.
Hey, you know what? I'm just going to keep it short and simple, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you decide you want the vaccine or not, let's just all be kind to each other. We're all different. We all have different thoughts, different raising or upraisings, different environment that we grow up in. As Val had said earlier, keep an open mind. All right? You're my boy Joe, my boy Griff, my girl Val. My name is Peter. And folks, please remember, be brave with your life.